Please be advised that everything in my video is purely for entertainment purposes. These are purely my thoughts and opinions and are subjective. I must advise you to please do your own research. All media users found on the public domain and are fair use and fair dealings. Hi guys, hope you're all doing okay. So, I had my weekend away and I was doing the weight loss before then. I managed to gain £3 over 4 days. I thought, brilliant, that's going to take a good 3 weeks to come off again. And basically I went straight back on the diet on Monday and I weighed myself this morning, which is Friday. And not only did I lose the £3, I've lost 5 in total. So I lost another £2 on top. So I'm about £3 away from losing a stone in 3 weeks. So I'm really happy with the way this is going. Obviously I've had kind of drinks and stuff in between because I try and just have a normal Saturday night where I have a few glasses of wine with my husband and stuff. So yeah, it's going okay. And as I said, I've had a bit of chocolate and just on Saturdays I'd kind of like have that one night. But yeah, it's going really well. For those of you that know, or rather don't know, I'm on the Fast 800 by Dr. Mosley, and I'm also doing it completely keto as well. So no carbs aside from what you get from veggies. So yeah, it's going really well and I'll just keep you guys updated on that. So the other thing that I've got going on in my life, aside from my fitness and stuff, is we get our new fur baby on Sunday, Lucia. She is a Greek rescue, the same as my other dog, Leela. Here's a couple of pictures of Leela. And then here's Lucia. You can see they look very similar. They are mongrels from Greece, but they predominantly tend to be some type of hound. It's just the way that they imported loads of hunting and working dogs over there, and then when they were done with them, they ended up as strays. She's apparently a Sagugio. I don't know if you pronounced that right, Sagugio. Basically, that translates hound, so she's pretty much just being called an Italian hound. You can see that she's obviously been crossed with something. But so I'm super excited about it. I'm nervous about it, but yeah, I mean, hopefully the dogs will get along, but if not, we've made the commitment now, so we will obviously train them and work with people if we have any issues. So speaking of rescue dog, this does actually bring me onto my next story, and this has definitely not done Meghan Markle any favours. She's already been a trash from all of her previous behaviours, but they've come back to talk about Bogart, who is her rescue dog. Now, what happened was she rescued 2 dogs. It was probably around about the time she was trying to go after Corey, I'd imagine, because he was a dog lover and his ex-girlfriend had dogs as well. So anyway, she's got these 2 dogs. She took photographs of them, she used them on her TIG blog, and I felt very much that, given the story, that she's just used them as props. So obviously when she met Harry, she was still living with Corey. It's not been confirmed, but it is, pretty much, she got the dates changed over from when she started dating Harry. If the dog didn't like Harry, you can't blame him, really. He was living with Corey for like 2 years with her. He probably saw Corey as his master. Then all of a sudden there's this new guy, in their space, in their territory. It's not their dad, but they've got to know, because dogs are very loyal. They probably were still very loyal to Corey. And all of a sudden there's this strange guy in the house. Of course the dogs are going to take time to adjust, but she didn't care. She didn't try. That was it. They're no longer needed. Discard. And for her to just separate them like that, the excuses were really lame. Apparently Guy was too old, and I just can't understand how people do this. People take getting a dog so lightly, and that they trust you, they give you unconditional love. There's not bad dogs out there, it's bad owners. You'd start having problems with your dog, then you look to getting behavioural experts. There's lots of free online forums that you can go onto, and you can speak to professionals without charge. But she said because he didn't like Harry, she left him behind. Now this is also the reason what's brought the story up now is apparently Meghan has now said that she's not going to have him back. I think, well, why on earth would you have him back now? He's obviously then been dumped, separated from Guy, and he's obviously living with friends of hers, or he's been adopted. You wouldn't suddenly go, oh, I've decided actually I'll have him back now, and tear him away from that life again. I don't understand the logic behind people like her that can do that. But as we've seen, she's markled everyone in her life, hasn't she? If she can treat her elderly, sickly father like that, the dog's nothing to her. It says everything about her, doesn't it? When we get Lucia, obviously I'm nervous that she and Leela may not get along, but we've made this commitment. We've rescued her from Greece, so she's staying with us whether she likes it or not. To separate the 2 dogs as well, I just think she's so cruel. I mean, this is really one stone cold hearted person, isn't it? People say about her being a sociopath, and I think how you treat pets, how you treat animals, just says everything about you as a human being. They were props. They were props to make her look like an animal lover. The same as Archie. She's the doting mum who gets wheeled out when she gets some bad press. But anyway, let's go on for a quick detox. Congratulations today. It is the Duchess of Cornwall's 73rd birthday, Camilla. They've released a few pictures for the newspapers, and Catherine and William wished her a happy birthday with this nice joint engagement of them. Camilla is someone that I've grown to really like. She, I believe that she got the worst press out of any member of the royal family. She was absolutely crucified by the media, by the public. They hated her, but she has kept her head down. She's never pushed in front of Charles. Charles never tried to ram her down her throat. And gradually, as the years have gone by, people have appreciated the fact that they have always been in love. And Diana wasn't exactly a saint. I think there's negatives to that marriage on both their parts. But yeah, she's grown up her own kind of fan base, and people can appreciate her for who she is as a person and as a royal. She's actually, the Queen really likes her now. And then obviously, like Catherine, she has grown her own credibility, with the public, with other members of the royal family. Everyone seems to very much like her now. So speaking of Catherine, I've got a little story here of Catherine. The Daily Mail did it, so take it all with a pinch of salt. But basically, they've commented on Catherine looking too mumsy and outdated with the style of dresses that she's been wearing, right? And I think she looks lovely, as do most people. She won, last week they ran a story how she'd won the fashion award of the year for a royal family. So this week, naturally it changes. But how this young fashionista or advisory person has decided to tell Catherine how she should modernise herself is to wear these gorgeous little dresses with block heels and biker boots. And I was like, are you kidding me? She's the future Princess of Wales. She is the future Queen Consort. And she's going to rock up to events wearing these lovely, gorgeous, classy tea dresses and stuff with biker boots, with leopard print block heels. And I thought, whoever you are giving that advice, I don't think I'd take any advice from you. I'm hardly a fashionista myself, but I just thought, yeah, could you imagine the newspapers if Catherine rocked up to an event wearing a pair of biker boots? Oh my gosh. Just when I was editing and uploading my film, I've just found out the fantastic news that Princess Beatrice and Eduardo, her fiance, actually secretly got married on Windsor grounds this morning. So a massive congratulations to the royal couple and all of the people that were bashing her, saying that she wanted this huge taxpayer-funded affair and everything. It all turned out to be lies. So go suck lemons, and congratulations to the happy couple. I think that's a fantastic piece of news, and I wish them a life of happiness, love and luck. So now we've had a little bit of a detox, let's talk about Meghan's Girl Up speech. Well, it was quite a shock seeing Meghan, if I'm honest, initially. I've never been one to attack her looks or anything, and I'm not about to start now, but it was quite a dramatic change from her previous videos. Especially when she was doing the Holy Mary one where she was praying, she was all makeup and looking like a good Catholic girl or whatever religion she's adopted now. And, wearing the white. There's been quite a few jokes. Mine personally was Cher wants her hair back. She does look like Cher from, the Sonny and Cher days. She's got really heavy makeup on. And it was just quite a dramatic look. Now, I'm not saying that Meghan's an unattractive person. I've never said that. She can actually look really, really beautiful. But it's the personality. I still find it really odd that Upgirl chose Meghan when you had someone like, Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, and, Michelle Obama was a successful lawyer and she was also the First Lady. Hillary Clinton, well, she was First Lady as well. She has literally used men her whole life, and she markets herself as a feminist, but to me she stands against everything what a feminist should represent. She was quite happy to ditch her career, her friends back home, her house in Toronto. I mean, like that. She didn't even think twice. As I said, dump the dog, to marry a prince, to become so, just for status, for fame, and that's what it was all done for us. It's no different to these girls that get trashed in newspapers, the young girls you see in nightclubs trying to bag a footballer and then they fall accidentally pregnant on purpose. It's no different to what Meghan's done. And I think, is that the sort of woman that you want as a role model? I'm open to obviously opinions if anyone's watching this going, oh, I do see her as a role model. I'd love to hear it, because I just find she's so divisive, destructive and pretty much toxic to every family she's got involved with. that, as I said, I don't know why that Girl Up would choose her, apart from the fact the attention that it would bring. People that don't like her would have watched the speech. People that do like her would have watched the speech. Now, the speech did not disappoint. She has taken thinly veiled digs at the Queen in there. She has plagiarised from Steve Jobs. She quoted the Dalai Lama, which is just hilarious in itself. And I also find it ironic that she's preaching equality to people. This is her thing that she keeps doing, and it's like, you're hanging on to titles that were given to you as a wedding present from the Queen, who you've continuously trashed since you've left the royal family. You're hanging on to those titles and insisting that everyone calls you those titles. She's copyrighted it as the Duchess of Sussex, which means she's, you know, you have to get permission from her to use the video. I didn't watch the video, I'll be honest. I read her speech online because for me, her voice is like nails down a chalkboard. The other suggestion I can give you, if you watch it on YouTube, you can put the sound off and put the captions on. So again, you can watch what she says and you don't have to listen to the voice. I don't mean that to be spiteful, but I just find her word salads, and every speech you ever listen to from her, it's all the same. It doesn't matter what the content is, what the subject is, what the charity is. It's all the same words that have just been jumbled up together. Let's say word salad. I noticed I've been doing this more in videos. I think it's because I keep watching her and Harry, and I'm it's in the woo and preaching equality whilst expecting people, especially being based in America and being an American citizen where titles just don't go down. And she's still using it while still bashing the monarchy and the Queen at every opportunity. And give up the dukedom. You've done nothing but say you wanted to leave the royal family. It was toxic. It was, you know, it was controlling. It was an awful institution. Give up your titles if it is that such a terrible thing and experience in your life. But she won't, because it's the only thing that she's got that makes her stand out above the rest, that she's not just a washed up D-list actress living off a rich man's money. Even the newspapers picked up on the fact that she was making a, you know, dig at the Queen, because she goes on to say in her speech, she urges young girls to make people in power feel uneasy and challenge the status quo until it snaps. And you're like, well, that's what you did to Harry's family, really, and his bond with his family and his brother and the royal charity and everything that she joined. Pretty much, that's her encouraging words to people in the, you know, young global leaders. You cause as many problems as you can until it snaps. You bend it till you get your own way, and it doesn't matter what breaks in between. She then goes on to say, your gut will tell you what's right from wrong, what's fair and what's unfair. And it's like, oh, now the issue you've got there is most 12 to 20 something young girls tend to think that everything's unfair. You know, you've got to do chores, that's unfair. You've got to do homework, that's unfair. You've got detention for misbehaving, that's unfair. So what she's then encouraging is basically saying, if you think it's unfair, you fight against it. You're encouraging anarchy. And I think that young children, impressionable children, which seems to be her target audience that she can easily manipulate, they should be encouraged to open debate, to discussion, to talking about why they think their opinions are right or why they think this is wrong. I mean, obviously you don't debate detention with your teacher, because you'll get 2-3 extra days of detention. Well, in my experience when I was at school, not that I was gobby in school. But what she's encouraging is to basically to stand up and march. I'll go on to what she says here. Change your convictions with action. I will be cheering you on. So will my husband. And Archie, as long as you continue marching, leading the way. She's saying to fight back, to march, and all of the marches we've seen recently, I can't say the word because my last video got put in the naughty step, cheers YouTube, but all of the stuff that's been going on in the world, and it's caused riots, people have been hurt, but it's, why are you encouraging that? You should be encouraging the younger generation to go that you're not always right. You know, you don't like something, yes, of course, express yourself, but there is a difference between going, you're wrong, I'm right, I'm going to scream and I'm going to cause as much damage and destruction until I get my way. That's not great advice, and that's not the sort of advice that you'd expect a role model to be encouraging young girls to do. And that's just my personal opinion on it, but I don't agree with it. I do not agree with all these famous people and celebrities now. They expect us to want to know about their political views. That's why people got put off with the Oscars, because it's too many people talking about their political views. As Ricky Gervais said, just get up, get your award, and that's basically true. They're talking about, you know, how people should behave in countries and what we should and shouldn't do, how we should catch flights, how we should travel, because we've got to be conscious of our carbon footprints. And the newspapers have run another story this week. Harry and Meghan have used up 26 more times carbon emissions compared to the average single person, and that's only now. I mean, they've been in lockdown, so as soon as that gets lifted, they'll be back to flying private jets absolutely everywhere. The gas guzzling vehicles, flying armor plated vehicles to speeches in foreign countries because, you know, their vehicles aren't good enough. They're good enough for their diplomats, but not Harry and Meghan. And this is the thing now, isn't it, that they can't blame anyone for the public disliking them at the moment, because this is them speaking live. This is their choice, their speeches. They're writing them themselves. They're no longer under the boundaries or the guidance of royal courtiers and stuff, or PR agents. This is all them. So anything that they do now that basically attracts negative attention, it's all on them. So who are they going to blame next? And as for, you know, these speeches where they try and get like the young girls or the young teenagers and boys to rise up and cause anarchy, are Meghan and Harry going to be down in the trenches with them? Are you going to see in the middle of the next kind of speech or rally with thousands of young teenagers marching and rioting, are you going to see Meghan and Harry down in those crowds, up on a makeshift kind of stand, screaming through a speaker? No, you won't. Because Meghan won't even take Archie to a playgroup because she's too famous. So she's hardly going to put herself or Harry in those situations. She's far too famous, she's far too important, and she needs far too much security because she's so special. So to end on a positive note on this video, I'm going to make sure I take lots of pictures and footage of when we pick up our dog. You can see Leela and Lucia interacting together. So I'll probably film that over Sunday, Monday, Tuesday and that, and I'll get a video to you out next week so you get to meet my doggies together and give your opinions. So anyway, it's been lovely chatting to you guys again, and I will be back with you really soon. So take care.
If you like my video, please remember to like and subscribe. Please, angry typists, you will be blocked, so save your fingers the time. If you would like to buy me a coffee, please go to my About page and click the link. Love, Taz.